Obviously a different amp, a different tone, different guitar, and all the rest of it, and it's intentional, and let's put the two of them together and see what we get. Now, it may seem as if that's a bit harsh, but don't forget it's got to get through a whole lorry load of crap in the mix. We do say lorry here, don't we? We don't say truck, yes. We are in England, must remember that. Okay. Basically the same principle involved. It's EQ, it's a little bit of compression, delays, varying, whatever you want. Let's go to the lead guitar. Now that's the one that's down the road a bit, isn't it? That spot because that's kind of a nice one. I like that. I love those things. Must encourage guitar players to do more.
I'm engaging the plug and we still have the effects set
up. All right. And we have them both in? Oh no, we have yes, another one. Yes, right. So we've got this all cranked, but let's just see what happens when we.
Yeah, we're sending this to an effects return that has the Kramer effects plugin on it.
Yep. Right. Now you can see in the background there's a Z and an H. Anybody know what the Z might mean? What? No, Z means. Never heard of him. And the H? Never heard of him either. Was he the guy with the big hair? Ah, okay, right. Actually, I have to tell you a silly story, but very apropos, because there was a lovely lady who used to run Olympic Studios. Her name was Anna Menzies. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of her, but she was the studio manager, and she ran that place with an iron fist. She was fantastic. She always dressed immaculately. 9 times out of 10 would be a white blouse and a black skirt and the black stockings. The seam was always perfect. I mean, we were terrified of her. She was great. But one day she called me up and she says, "Hey Eddie, there's this American chappie with the big hair and you do all that weird shit, so why don't you do that session?" That's how I got to do Hendrix. True story, I swear. I haven't told that story for a long time, but I figured that you Brits would love it. And I'm one too, by the way. So there. Obviously, the Z slap is going to be slightly different than the H slap. The Z slap is 7.5 IPS. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Right. And then the H would be what? Yes, but if the Z slap is 7.5, what would be the H slap? Thank you. So he's a guitar player, and he you know what I mean? He doesn't know much, he's just talking to his mate over there. I should hope so bloody too, Christ. Right, so let's try, go to the H slap and see the difference. And maybe a touch, oh yeah, you see it changed. Oh. Go ahead. I didn't like it as much. I like the Z slap. Oh wait, did you? Oh right, okay. But the idea once again, let's do this. Let's go to the Z slap again and pull things around. Let's pull this back, the delay. Okay, and let's put the delay mix back a bit. Leave the size where it is. Brightness can come back just a tad, and the verb mix is back a bit. All right, let's see where we go. And that may be too much. It depends on what you're going for. Now, at that particular point in the mix, I'd probably be panning the crap out of it. It's probably dancing around like a blue-ass fly from side to side. But that's me. I can't help it. I have to twiddle the bloody knobs, because that's all I do is twiddle knobs until it sounds right. I'm not a technician. These guys are the technicians. I just go, wee, okay, it sounds good. Right, let's go to the vocal, please. Now, this is a rather, well, you'll hear it. I won't even try to describe it.
Dreamed I met my maker, told him I'm not satisfied.
That's a pretty dull and unexciting sort of vocal. Let's see what we can do to them.
Dreamed I met my maker, told him I'm not satisfied.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, at least it's got some life to it, poor bastard. Once again, here we are, bass, treble, and a little bit of compression. Now, obviously, we can crank on that if you wanted to. You've got all your effects, delays, oh, excuse me, the delay and the delay mixes out, but the FX and the verb are in on this one. And once again, our favorite sensitivity switch. Now, if there are two vocal settings, you could go to vocal 1. Let's just try that, for example.
Dreamed I met my maker, told him I'm not satisfied.
It's a completely different sound, right? Much more, it's a shorter decay time, excuse me, and a little bit more compression. But it's up to, that's my preset. Once again, you get in there and start dialing around until you find something that you love. Let's go to the next one, man. So,
Yeah, I'm like, you got the backup vocals. With just,
oh yes, the old backup vocals, these splendid chaps.
just the effects in them.
Yeah, just effects only on these guys.
So here it is dry.
You can bypass them, mate?
Yeah.
Waiting on the sun, sun don't ever come.
All right, let's put the plug in and see what we get.
Waiting on the sun, sun don't ever come.
You're hearing a little bit of extra thump, which probably you would not hear because we've got a subwoofer in here. We're trying to carry the sound out to the room. But you could, if you wanted to, just go in with one of your plugins and just dial out a little bass. But I like the way that that sounded. Once again, delay, delay mix, the size, the brightness, which we've added a little touch to make the vocals come out, and the verb mix. Z-slap, which I happen to think fits this particular song. All right?
Full mix?
Yeah, let's put a little bit of it in.